that the talent is there. It's nothing.
It's desire.
Yes.
It is all a great desire.
It's
that
a
an
great
individual has
desire,
to have.
yes, yes.
And of course, would you say that this is not only true in reference to personal efforts, but in reference to team efforts as well? Would that be a part of it?
I would say team efforts and just life. You know, in doing anything, it doesn't have to be track. But if you desire to do something and you have that love and that passion for it, you can do anything. Yeah.
And of course, that would be true, as you indicated, not only for a person who's involved in track, but that's one of the life's great mysteries in terms of what makes some folks successful and what makes some folks unsuccessful, even though the folks who might not be successful have as much talent in a real sense.
You know, I believe that some people just go after their dreams more than others. And some people think about their dreams, you know, and they wish they could have done their dreams. But the one that really pursue them, that's the one that's going to succeed.
Very good. And of course, I think, Coach, this is exactly the kind of information that we want. And we're going to have our first commercial break here very, very soon, after which we'll come back and we'll have about 8 minutes that we want you to sort of talk about the other relationships in terms of the Olympics and some of the other things, dealing with some of the things that you met in your experiences that you'd like to share with us this morning. And of course, we'll be back with our audience following this short commercial break. Thank you and welcome back to the second segment of the show for today. We're talking to Ms. CCheeseborough, who is the senior coach for the women's track team at Tennessee State University, the Tiger Bells. And of course, Coach CCheeseborough, let me give you an opportunity to again talk about some of the things that can serve as your profile, because that's what we're trying to do, is to give the audience, this immediate audience, in a real sense, an opportunity to know you better, because I think they already know you by reputation, you see, and I think that we want to try to sort of expand that. Let's have you during the second segment to talk about the Olympics and talk about some of your remembrances and some of the things that you think our audience would like to hear.
I think some great memories that I can remember in 1976. Brenda Moorhead and Kathy McMillan, all of these are graduates of Tennessee State. They were Tiger Bells. Coach Temple was not there, and one funny moment I can remember, we were excited about being in Montreal, and they had a lot of activities for us, and we were still afraid of Coach Temple, and he was 1,000 miles away, you know, but he had that impression on us that we respected our coach, and what our coach said, we did. So one night we were out and we were at the disco, you know, not really prepared for the running, but we were out there dancing and having a good time, exactly. But one of the managers called Coach Temple on the telephone, and he had us on the telephone, and he was telling us, oh, I sent you over there to do this, this, and that, and we were so scared over the telephone. That was just so funny to me, because we respected him that much that just a telephone call would do what it needed to be done, and we got back on track, and we were focused, and we went back and ran well at the Montreal Olympics.
And so Coach Temple has had a tremendous impact on all of you as Tiger Bells and as human beings. As a matter of fact, we've had several opportunities to talk to Coach Temple about the Olympic tradition at Tennessee State University, and it seems that he was a very, very unusual kind of individual, an unusual kind of leader, and somehow provided an extra kind of motivation. What was it, looking back over it now, as a coach for the women's track team now, in a real sense occupying his position, what was it that made him, his regime, so important to you?
I think that he just kept it real. You know, he let you know what he expected, and that was it. You knew from the start that this is what he expected. And I guess everybody just wanted to make sure that we lived up to that reputation. And we had some shoes to follow, because Wilma Rudolph, Juan Matthias, Edith McGuire, May Fags, all those big names that came through here. And we wanted to do what they did. So we wanted to live up to not only Coach Temple and what he expected, but the other Tiger Bells that had paved the way for us.
And I think, Coach, oftentimes you respond to in your telephone recorder by saying that the Tennessee State University Tiger Bells, the #1 track team in the OVC for outdoors. What are you saying here?
Well, on last year we were the OVC outdoor champions, so we're just putting that on the telephone to let the people know that we are the reigning outdoor champions.
And so
Yes.
the Tiger Bells, as a team, is still doing the same thing in terms of its exploits and et cetera. Talk about your team now.
Well, this year, like I said, we won the OVC championship outdoors. We took second place indoors on last year, and now we're into a new season. Everybody returned except one player, so we're expecting to do a repeat. That's our goal for this year. We expect to be in the top 3. I have a really good team. On last weekend, we had a Ed Temple Classic here at the indoor facility, the Gentry Complex. Also, we had a Tiger Bell reunion. So we had Edith McGuire was here, Lucinda Williams, Joanne Terry. A lot of Olympians were here on campus at Tennessee State, and